she went with her sister, Eileen, who was as lovely as she. Turbulent waters, Chicopee Falls. Face may tower past MacArthur's Ball. But back on East Street it don't seem like much at all. Learning to fly where you once learned to crawl. Chicopee River's deep and wide. Milk and honey on the other side. The Sisters of St. Joseph smile as you pass by. They say, isn't it a great day to be alive? Outside St. George's Cathedral, eyes meet, she smiles when she sees you. Hold on to the light with all you can. Go and set your sights on Sandra Ann. You gotta hang on to this life with both your hands. For one single summer night with Sandra Ann. Now follow that river on down to the Sound. Open one oyster and look what you found. Soaring and soaring, but your feet still touch the ground. And with life at its hardest, your hope will abound. Outside St. George's Cathedral, eyes meet, she smiles when she sees you. Hold on to the light with all you can. Go and set your sights on Sandra Ann. You gotta hang on to this life with both your hands. That's every single night with Sandra Ann. Outside St. George's Cathedral, eyes meet, she smiles when she sees you. Hold on to the light with all you can. Go and set your sights on Sandra Ann. You gotta hang on to this life with both your hands. 20,000 nights with Sandra Ann. Walk right back to me this minute. Bring your love to me, don't send it. I'm so lonesome every day. Walk right back to me this minute. bring your love to me, don't send it. I'm so lonesome every day. You gotta hold on to the light with all you can. You gotta hold on to the light with all you can. You gotta hold on to the light. Hold on to the light. Hold on to the light with all you can. Go and set your sights on Sandra and Sandra and
Thank you very much. It is so great to be here. Really great to be here. Both my parents are from Chicopee. In fact, most of the people I'm related to in this planet are from Chicopee. And I hadn't played up here in years. Like I played in Springfield probably like 20-something years ago, and then in the last 3 months I've been up here twice, and it's great because it feels like, it's like people are like the old country. Well, this is like the old country for me. So. And I'm glad to be here. Top of the morning and all that. All right, so this next song is also about my mother. I'm not trying to do a whole set about my mother, but I could. So this song has like 2-part intros that I often tell, but tonight there's a new one. So a couple weeks before my mother passed away, we had this conversation on the deck with my dad and my brother and I. And part of it was just my mom like scolding us for things like happened like 30 years ago, which is really charming and like funny because my mother's sense of humor is weird. But also, like, we had this conversation about ice skating in the woods at this pond that was at a camp. And she had no idea where it was. I'm like, so if we had fallen through the ice and never returned, you would never know where that pond was. But it turns out Mark Sherry knows where the pond was because he went to that camp. Yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, so that's tonight's intro. This one's for you, Mark, in the pond at Camp at R. Right down the street from me. Like across the street. And this is called My Mother Was a Mourning Dove. And it's really about attentive love, I guess. And it's a thing you don't quite understand when you're 18, but you understand it when your friends have boys that are 18. Your friends who are moms. And you're like, holy crap, they worry all the time.
tell me, are there stars tonight to guide the wayward growth, to lead them to their resting place, the blessing of the throats? We watch the murmuration turn into the shifting wind, a cloud of twisting rising up, then coming down again. My mother raised 3 children, crop milk and with love. She kept them safe beneath her wings. My mother was a mourning dove. The first one came on silently, but steadfastly he grew to hold the swiftest beating heart, clear eyes to see the truth. So nimbly and so gracefully, he soars so high above. My brother is a hummingbird, my mother was a mourning dove. The lost one walks the chartered streets where the half-moon river flows. Reasoning and questioning, she wanders to and fro, cracking shells, unthreading spools, it's never quite enough. My sister is a raven, my mother was a morning dove. One thought the burdens of this world were carried like a cross. He couldn't seem to find himself and called it all a loss. He turned to go the other way as if there were a choice. So she sang and sang and sang to him until he found a voice. And when I fell into a half-grown trap, she came and pulled me up. I am a red-winged blackbird, my mother was a morning dove. I am a red-winged blackbird, my mother was a morning dove. A morning dove. A morning dove.
Thank you very much. All right, we're going to ease into something, well, not lighter, I guess, but you guys know Dante? Dante the poet, you know that guy? So Dante's like in 4th grade, wherever the equivalent of 4th grade is in the Middle Ages and those times of courtly love and, you know, weird societal whatever. But so he's in 4th grade, and he meets Beatrice, and immediately everything changes. So he calls it the new life. Basically, life is no longer the thing it was before. So, all right, so the last year I spent at the house I grew up in because my dad was selling it. And in that time, I ran into my Beatrice from 4th grade. And now there's like 14 songs, but Beatrice knows all about them. So don't worry about that part. And this is one of those songs.
Bundled all my troubles, then I put them in a pile. Knelt down right in front of it and stared at it a while. I don't know where it's going, but I won't go there again. It's tattered and untethered, but it's for a different end. All my hope and time is running down. It's time I know there is a better out. Blinded by a flash of light no other soul can see. Long to touch and taste of it, to be with Anna-Lee. Slumbering in the underworld until I heard the morning call. A sun cast through the turning leaves light dancing on the walls. All histories are revisionist, but some truths you can't erase. I tried to find it somewhere else, but none could take her place. All I know is the light is different now. So for tonight, could you just hear me out? You ever caught a glimpse of truth you knew was meant to be? And yearned to grab a hold of it, that was me and Anna Lee. So much dying on the vine, it's hard to see the fruit. Beneath what's rotting on the ground, something's taking root. All my time spent harrowing, when will the harvest come? Slowly marching into town, the sound of fife and drum. No way in, and there was no way out. The slow parade, I can hear it now. The time I first caught sight of her, she remained in reverie. Someday we will take a walk, just me and Anna. Time I first caught sight of her, she remained in reverie. Someday we will take a walk, just me and Anna Lee. Someday we will take a walk, just me and Anna Lee. Someday we will take a walk, me and Anna Lee. Thank you. All right, I had to switch up my set list because there was too many long E sounds, and that was kind of weird. I don't know what I would do for the next 3 days after I did that. All right, so this is another one of those, what we call the songs, me and my Beatrice. So a funny thing happens on the way to the show, though, because Beatrice moved. It's a long story. This is all being taped. That's not good. So she moved, and but we talk all the time. And I'm driving up here, and there's traffic, like an extra hour of traffic, and it's awful. And I can't. I listen to. I still buy CDs at like Goodwill and stuff, and listen to lots of CDs. And I can't see this stuff because there's so much stuff in my car because I'm going to Western New York after this that I can't see anything. So I'm just reaching back, and I'm just going to grab whatever and see what I get out of there, like a bin of like 50 CDs. And it's her favorite CD, which I was like, what the heck is that? You know, the uncanniness of Beatrice is hard to explain. But so this song is the uncanniness of that because I'm at this soccer game, and my cousin's there, and he's like, oh, well, you know, you can meet someone here. And I'm like, I'm not meeting anyone anytime soon. But who walks by? Beatrice. And then, you know, how that goes. Now there's a bunch of songs. Anyway, here we go. That was a long intro, wasn't it? It was like 20 minutes of intro, like Gordon Lightfoot or something. And then the song's 20 minutes too, and there's a ship that sinks. best thing about this town. Now there's nothing else left, but I'm still around with my head full of smoke and my mouth full of gauze. Herein lies the ocean that I swim across. The god of the rainbow is the god of the flood. Who knows what it means, but it means what it does. So let us begin and then, for every time I see your face I am home again. I kept my summer clothes on till the winter came. Now the lighting keeps changing, but this place is the same. With my mouth full of jokes and my heart full of dust, I'm still dreaming of a river that was floating above. The god of the sunrise is the god of the dark. I was a smoldering ember, then you came with a spark. So let us begin and then, for every time I see your face I am home again. I remember a time, and I keep saying it, gathering up the pieces and the stories that fit, with your heart full of mercy and your hands holding light. And the new day still rising, the bright became bright. The god of the ember is the god of the spark. It's what holds it together when it's falling apart. So let us begin and then, for every time I see your face I am home again. The god of the rainbow is the god of the flood. Now I know what that means, what it is, what it was. So let us begin and then, for every time I see your face I am home again. For every time I see your face I am home again. 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 Home again.
Thank you very much. All right, this is going to be the last song. So here's the funny thing about this song is that, you know, you do this long enough, like the kids, the new kids are all just like, what the heck, I can't get that show, or, you know, and whatever. They're like, all the stuff seems like you're never going to make, like the soft ones quit right away. Like, they're just like, I can't. I was trying to play shows, but I couldn't get them, or no one came. And you guys, sometimes you play for like 250 people, and it's like your 15-year-old dreams. Sometimes you play for like 3 people, and 2 of them are playing that night. You know what I mean? And it's harder to play an open mic than it is to play a theater show. It's like brutal. But like, so like, I see this thing about the Essential Western New England Songbook. Like, I'll look at this, but you know, I'm not cynical, but like more like, low expectations about things. So, you know, if you expect the worst, you'll never be dissatisfied. And you kind of learn that in the music world. So anyway, I look and I'm like, holy crap, I'm on there. And then I'm like, what? Yeah. So, you know, that's kind of mind-blowing. And then, like, my mom's really proud. Between that and I have a song that's in a PBS documentary, you know. She was like, okay, cool. 30 years in, it's coming together. And this was her favorite song of mine, which is the thing you'll like remember for the rest of your life. So I went to like a meet and greet with my daughter for a band she likes, and they were like, "Do anyone have any questions?" And I said, "Well, what's your mother's favorite song?" And they were like, "What? Like no one's ever asked us that." And I'm like, "Because I know what my mother's favorite song of mine is." Anyway, it's this one, and hopefully I don't screw it up because that would be a long intro. Gordon Lightfoot would never do that.
Could have been more patient. I should have played it cool. Maybe not so callous and a bit less cruel. But now I'm finding my way homegrown. Older now, the holes are shown. So much time spent wandering on, trying to make things comforting. It's a long road to be free. It's a long road to be free. I could have been more thoughtful, might have been more kind, a little more insightful, maybe not so blind. But now I'm finding my way homegrown. Older now, the holes are shown. There's a path that I can't see beneath the fog that smothers me. It's a long road to be free. It's a long road to be free. Free. It's a long road to be free. I should have spoken sooner. I could have shown more warmth, pulled myself together, and had a lot more charm. But now I'm finding my way homegrown. Older now, the holes are shown. There's a path in front of me, but I can't find the opening. It's a long road to be free. It's a long road to be free. Free. It's a long road to be free. Could have been much braver. I should have had more will, worked a little harder. I should have honed my skills. But now I'm finding my way homegrown. Older now, the holes are shown. There's a path in front of me, but I'm my own worst enemy. It's a long road to be free. It's a long road to be free. Free. It's a long road to be free. So much time spent posturing or trying to come off as interesting. It's a long road to be free. It's a long road to be free. 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 It's a long road to be free. It's a long road to be free.
Thank you all very much, and thanks for having me.